Hi guys, welcome back to a new video, and today I am doing a painting style video based on this drawing that I made back in 2019. I'm still proud of it. I used apple barrel acrylic paint as well as Posca pens, and what inspired me to do this video was I actually had no idea what I wanted to do this week, and it was already Wednesday and I was freaking out, but my mom requested me to paint her picture for her job, so I used the acrylic paints I had and I pulled out my Posca pens and I'm like, I think I have a video for this week. So it was supposed to be me painting all my characters using Posca pens with these tiny canvases, and what happened was, again, this is like a super late video, so I decided just to paint Rain, which is understandable because I feel like, and I said this many times before, she does not get enough love when it comes to the coloring process. I think it's just her color palette, and I mentioned it many times as well that my favorite color scheme is earth tones, so I use a lot of browns and somewhat a lot of greens, but it's mostly within the brown community of colors that I love to use, and they always dry out and I get mad, but it's like they're the ones mainly being used. Of course they're gonna like dry out. Speaking of colors, I recently repurchased some Copic refills, just two, for the two Copic markers that dried out in my other past video. I'm excited for them to come because those two colors are actually needed, and if I find more markers that are dried out and dead, then I'll get a replacement for those, but for now it's just gonna be those two, and I just I'm gonna cross my fingers that the other ones are okay. So let me just talk about the art process. And yeah, so when I was coloring Rain, I used a small color palette, so I used brown, purple, black, and white, I believe, if I remember. And honestly, okay, so with Posca pens, they're okay, but they just act kind of weird if you're using them on a canvas by themselves. I was thinking about pulling out my paints, but I was like, it's gonna take too long. Let's just do like a simplified video for today and just keep it pushing. And this did take me a bit to do. That's why I was like thinking like, hey, let's not draw the other characters in this video because it's gonna be super long and tedious, and I feel like my art will decline the more I paint the others, because again, this video is like, it's Wednesday as I'm recording and filming this, so I just don't want to ruin the other characters just because I'm on a time limit, and I don't really want to miss like another, like a Friday, because I'm trying to be consistent. So for this week I'm just gonna do one character at a time. So I picked Rain, and then the next character, I don't know who I'm gonna pick. It's gonna be random, and I feel like that's a better option. And plus, I'm trying to make sure these videos aren't like super duper long. Yeah, so I hope you guys don't mind. I was actually impressed how her hair turned out, but I had to like dip the black Posca pen into its like own little puddle of paint that I squeezed out from the tube, because the little black fine liner marker, it was somehow dried out a little bit, and I was like, oh my gosh, not again. It's just like the Copic markers, but I managed to save it, and she looks amazing here. As I was painting her, I did have a little bit of insecurity. I was like, oh my gosh, she looks kind of bad, but I just pushed through, and she actually does not look that bad for the materials I used. I especially, what threw me off, I think, was her eyes. It really did bother me how weird they looked, but I just it looks okay now, but like as I was like painting it, I was like, I just messed up her entire face, and yeah, it's just, yeah, I'm just glad I didn't like scrap it, and yeah. So actually, when I was done sketching her, I had a kneaded eraser because my actual eraser, it kept smearing like the pencil lead everywhere, and I forgot I had the kneaded erasers. I have two, and I decided to use them like how other artists would use them based on the videos I would watch from them, and it really does work. So if you're like painting, you're sketching with pencil, just use a kneaded eraser to like get rid of the lead, I guess. I recommend just using them for like small canvases like this one, not like large ones. But yeah, I also decided to go with a tan Posca pen for like the highlights and stuff. And I did go over her hair again in some places because the white wasn't really looking cool, I guess. And yeah, and this is me doing the whole border, and this was the fun part. I really did like this. This is the whole like routine I'm going to do for the other characters. I believe Rain, her base color is purple, Olivia is green, Jack is blue, Luke is orange, Lucy is red, and Chester, I think he's like either orange or gray or something. I'll think of something. But that's actually the concept I had since like 2014, where I made their color schemes like simple and stuff based on one color, and it was cool. And she looks amazing here. And I decided to also like do like the borders of the canvas, and you guys will see later that I did mess up a little bit because as I was painting, I accidentally dropped the canvas, but luckily it was just like a little smudge thing happening. It wasn't the end of the world, but it's just funny because like these canvases are very tiny, so like just me dropping it, I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, here is the real-time footage of me, yep, dropping it and getting a little upset. Not really, but it was like, nah, my video's slightly ruined, but not the character though. And I just continued to color the border with the same purple Posca pen. This is actually like a jumbo one. These pens were bought years ago, and I bought all three sizes, so the small one, the medium one, and like the super chunky one, like the jumbo one. And I bought like 3 different packs of those. And yeah, overall, if you want to try out Posca pens, please, I do encourage you to try them out. They're at Walmart. Just buy like a pack, and they are amazing, especially if you like to paint in a certain style. And yeah, this is the final result, and thank you so much for watching. I will continue this, I guess, mini series next week with a different character. And yeah, you guys have a good day and keep on drawing.